an auto retailer and a toy maker, of all things. On this week's Value Top Picks list, Tracey Ryniec, our value stock strategist, here to tell us about both of them. Let's do the auto dealer first. Sonic Automotive, SAH, the ticker. One of the largest auto dealers in the United States, new and used, huh?
Yeah, I think people forget, and I always say this every time I cover one of these auto retailers, that they are out there and they own a whole bunch of dealerships. They own about 100 in a whole bunch of states across the country.
Wow.
They're mainly concentrated in the southeast, but they also have some in the west.
Serve food with those two, or no?
I don't know.
Not related to that.
No, but I always do think of the burger chain whenever I hear the name. So you're not alone. But yeah, cars have been really hot, and last year, 2012, was a good year. We're still under the total number of sales that were at the peak before the recession, but it's going in the right direction. It's going up, and they expect 2013 to see the continuation of more sales. Plus, we had Hurricane Sandy, which is creating all this demand in the Northeast. They don't have many dealerships up there, but if there's a shortage up there, maybe you're driving down to the Carolinas or somewhere else to go buy a car, new and used.
Sure.
So third quarter, that was before Sandy, was good for them. Revenues were up. They beat. Things look good. We're going to see in February what's going on with the fourth quarter. Some of the train transportation companies, the railroads, have just been reporting, and they transport a lot of the cars, and they've seen volumes up double digits. So I'm expecting another good quarter from Sonic. The earnings projections look real good. This year, they're supposed to earn or grow earnings about 20%. Next year, another 18%. So the story is just the same on continuing. The chart is interesting. I put up a 3-year here because we've seen a huge surge in these shares over the last second half of 2012 when the auto story really started to heat up. But it's still pretty cheap. They're trading a little over 11 times, which is definitely within the value territory, so might have some more room to run here. Definitely not overvalued.
Okay. And then LeapFrog Enterprises, LF, the ticker symbol, is the maker of children's educational toys. Got to admit, I haven't seen one of these since my kids were small.
Right. But if you got kids under, say, maybe 10 years of age, these are the hot products.
Yeah.
Just recently, last week, came out with a list of the hottest toys for 2012, and LeapFrog had 3 of the top 5. One of those is the LeapPad 2, which is basically their version of the iPad, the tablet for kids.
Right.
And that was expected to be, for the second year running, one of the hottest toys this holiday season. Now we don't know yet because they haven't reported earnings, but they're coming up in a couple weeks, and we're going to get a real good idea. The fourth quarter for them is the huge quarter, as it is for most retailers. So
kind of interesting that while they do well with the toy sales that they manufacture, overall toy sales really didn't knock it out of the ballpark this last holiday season.
No, but it depended on what individual niche you were in, and the electronics are still where it is. And the LeapPad is a little unique because you can't actually access the internet on it, only like briefly. So parents like it for their kids because they can't just be surfing on anything, and then they buy the specific games for it. So it'll be interesting to see, if they're seeing any kind of stealing from the iPad users. There's been talk that some parents are going to buy new versions of iPads and just hand off the old one to their children, but are they, or we'll know more.
Well, there's a big toy show coming up in February, so
that
debuts the new toys for the year.
Right, so that's also something to watch with this kind of company. So you can see the earnings growth was just tremendous in 2012 because it did have these hot products. And that people trust the name of LeapFrog to give them the educational aspect for their kids. And earnings were up 183%. Analysts are a little more conservative about 2013 because so much goes on these trends and what's hot. So they're only projecting right now 3% growth, but that could change based on this next earnings report and what the company is saying about 2013. So that's something to watch coming up here in a couple weeks. The shares have definitely rallied along with this overall market rally in 2013. I think people were nervous around the holiday season, and now some of that has abated a bit. Still pretty cheap here. It's trading also around 11 times, so it's not one of those expensive kind of hot stocks. But as you can see from the 6-month chart I put up, it's pretty volatile. If you're in this one, you might get whipped around a bit.
Okay, that's interesting. interesting as well.
Yeah.
Own any of these?
I do not.
All right. Well, check out other stock pick ideas. They're on our homepage at Zacks.com if you're not there already watching this video. And they change frequently, so you'll want to check back frequently. With Tracey, I'm Terry Ruffalo.